Alright guys, it's a nice day today, but we did have a really bad storm last night, and the wind actually took the back of my cover, my tonneau cover here, and lifted it up and slammed it back here, and it just completely destroyed it. It's all broken into a bunch of pieces here, separating here, smashed this. So I think we got another project where I need to build me another, and that's okay. I've got another design in mind anyway, so that's this week's project, so let's get to it. Alright, so today I'm going to start working on rebuilding this DIY tonneau cover, and I picked up some materials for that. I've got 2 sheets of 3/4 inch plywood. I think that the best size would be 5/8, but the big box store I went to was sold out of 5/8. They were sold out of 1/2 inch. I think 1/2 inch would be okay. So my only choice was 3/8 or 3/4, so I went with 3/4. I also picked up 3 8-foot 1x10s and 3 8-foot 1x4s and 6 2x4s. So that's what it's going to take to build this out the way that I want. So let me get started. Alright, the first thing that I want to do is get this first sheet sized up, and because these Dodge truck beds are wider at one end than the other, so it might be 6 feet wide here, it'll be 6.5 feet wide down here. I mean, it's not that much of a difference, and I don't remember exactly what the numbers are. So I want to have a 4-foot section here that's going to open up like this, and I want it to come back. I'm actually going to have it come to here inside this little dip, but in order to get my curve correct, I'm going to pull it all the way out to the edge. And then what I need to do is measure from here to here and make sure that it's the same on both sides so that I know it's on there correctly. So let me go ahead and get that done, and then I'll come back. Okay, let me check the other side again, make sure it didn't shift. Okay, I've got them both set at 34 3/4, so now I can take my pencil and just run it along this border, and then I'll be able to make my cut, and it'll be form fit to the truck bed. Okay, the trick to having good, accurate jigsaw cuts is to go slow. So that's what I'm going to do. I might end up speeding up this section, but I'm going to go slow as I'm cutting. Alright, I got my cut, and it's not bad. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. I think you can kind of see how it's wider up towards the cab than it is in the back here. Okay, now that I've got this first piece cut and I've got my sections marked on both ends, now I can start framing out the frame for the cover. Okay, so I've measured out the side boards that I need for the frame, and measured out at 70 7/8. So I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of those cuts. Okay, so I've got that 2x4 clamped to the inside of the bed, and I want to have it raised 3/4 of an inch above this rail right here, and that's because I'm going to have a hangover to help with the water flow, so that the water flows away from the inside of the bed. So I need to make some minor adjustments here. It looks like it's up about 1/8 of an inch too high. I'll knock that down a little bit with a hammer and get that in the right position. All right, that looks good. So I'll go ahead and attach it at that height. Okay, I measured the length from this end to the other end, 62.5 inches, and I've cut my board and I've done a test fit and it fits fine. So what I'm going to do now is add some pocket holes so I can attach this with pocket hole screws. Okay, this board has a little twist to it, so I'm going to see if I can't pull that out. All right, looks good. All right, so you can see I got my angle set, and I left a little bit long so that way I can make the same cut on the other end, so I can get my angles correct on both sides. Okay, in order to have the exact same angle but in the opposite direction, what I want to do is take this board and swap it like this, so the mark is on the bottom, and I know how much I need to cut off, so I'll just get that set up and I'll make that cut. All right, let's see how I did on that angle. It's gonna be a little bit tough doing this with one hand. Pretty good. Alright, so now I need to put pocket holes in this board as well. So let's take it over and get that done. Okay, I've got these clamps right here so that they'll keep the board from sliding down too far. Need to get it centered. Get my screws in. Okay. Good solid fit. Now what I want to do is I want to create a couple of boxes, one on either end here. And I'm going to build the box, set it in, then I'll be able to lift up like this and access those boxes from either side. Alright, so I've got a little bit of a problem here. I want to make some 2-foot by 27-inch boxes. I know that I'm sitting at 27 inches here and 27 inches there. However, I know that this board is shorter than this board just because of the weird shape that they've got these Dodge beds. So it's going to be tough for me to figure out if I want to go 24 inches this way, which I've marked out with that line. If I want to go 24 inches there, how do I know how far to go here? Because this is actually longer. So what I've done is I've got my T-square, place my T-square, and I'll move it until I'm right on that line. And then I came over here and I marked a line right there. So when I measure that, I know that this one is 24 inches. So this one ends up being 20. Let's see, I want to make sure I've got that right. Looks like 24 3/4 of an inch. So my box is going to be a little bit out of square, but that's what you got to do when you're working with something like this. Alright, I've got all my boards cut for my 2 boxes, and ideally if you were going to be making some 2-foot square boxes, you just cut what do we got, 8 pieces at 24 inches, but because I'm dealing with a weird shaped bed, I've got 2 at 24, 2 at 24 3/4, and 4 at 25 1/2, because the distance between my cross brace and that back brace is 27 inches. So you subtract 1.5 inches and for the thickness of these, and that leaves you with 25 1/2. So I'll be making 2 out of square boxes, but that's on purpose. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and glue and screw my first box together. Okay, I'm gonna pre-drill here. Need to make a small adjustment here before I drill. All right, so I got this first box made, and I just got it in here dry fit. So that's what it's going to look like. I don't have the bottom in yet, but you can imagine that there's a bottom right here. So I'll be able to lift this side up and access this cabinet right here. I'm going to build another one for that side as well. And then I guess I need to cut this top piece here, and that'll be in 3 sections because I'm going to have either side lift up, and then I'll have a side in the center that's stationary. So let me go put that second box together and get their bottoms on, and we'll get them installed. All right, I got this first box completed, got the bottom installed, so I'm going to go ahead and install it to this inside framing. All right, got the first compartment installed. So let me, I still need to put the bottom on the second box for that side. So let me go cut and install that, and then I'll be able to get that one installed. All right, let's go see if it fits. I'm going to run out of battery, so I'm trying to hurry up. All right, both of my boxes built and installed, and they fit pretty good. And I'm raised up 3/4 of an inch all the way around, because I'm going to have it come across, and then I'm going to have a little lip that sits over on this all the way around on those 3 sides. That way any rain that flows off will not go in, it'll go off the outside of the truck. At least that's the theory. So I like it so far. Got it framed, got my 2 boxes that I'll be able to lift up, access from either side. I can still put sheetrock or plywood or whatever in the bottom. So I think this is going to be a good design. Well, that's as far as I got this week. So stay tuned for the next video where we build and finish out the top. All the different components that are needed for the top. All right, talk to you guys later.